What's up, ecosystem? Welcome back to ATI Auto Business. My name is Jay. You know, my goal every Tuesday night is to bring you another trade show level business presentation to you wherever you are, because your automotive business deserves the latest in transportation and logistics news. And if you're busy, and I know you are, in a minute, if you're watching on demand, you're going to see the welcome show lineup. You're going to know what to expect. You're going to be able to use the clickable video time code links in the video description below. Please do feel free to use those. Skip ahead. Tell your friends. Like, share, comment. Thanks for watching ATI. We sure do appreciate it. What would change if there was a B2B vehicle delivery marketplace without brokers, where carriers worked directly for shippers? It's called Auto Hauler Exchange. So tonight we have Royce Neubauer, CEO, Dana Randazzo, COO, Jake Berkal, Carrier Sales and Support, and Frank Zombo, Customer Sales Director, to tell us more about Auto Hauler Exchange. Plus, Thompson is in the building, so please do join the live chat. Ask your questions, share your thoughts, grow your business, break out of your vertical, because it's Tuesday nights live on ATI Auto Business. I'm Jay, your host. Welcome back to the show. What's going on, ecosystem? Welcome back to Tuesday Nights Live. Mic check 1, 2, 3. All right, we're coming through okay. You can see me, you can hear me. Thank you so much for taking the time on a Tuesday night. Let's get to that welcome show lineup. Please, first of all, feel welcome. Please do feel welcome. ATI Auto Business is inclusive, no matter what your vertical, no matter what your take, what you think politically, EV, ice cold gas, whatever it is, man, you're welcome here, because the focus here on ATI Auto Business is the anti-narrative. Just the news, just information, transportation, logistics, dealers, auctions, brokers, dispatchers. Wow, dispatchers? Yeah, we actually let dispatchers in here too. So please do feel welcome. Please do say hello. Put it in the live chat. What are you going to put in the live chat? What to make tonight different? Just put something different in the live chat. Just be different. Look at that. 925 is here. Thank you so much. Oh, I jumped ahead. See, I got excited. I love the live chat. Please do say hello. We're going to go into industry news at the quarter hour, which we always do. Kind of a recap of what we're looking at, and then a forward look, and a little bit of, trade show news and the other trade magazines as well, because, again, ATI is all-inclusive. You can send in the news if you got something to share. Send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. And, I want you to know, if you do send me the news, there's a good chance that I'll share it, maybe even tonight. Because that's one of the things I've been looking at. I ask myself, I sit here, it's, a few minutes before the show, and I'm like, what are we doing? Why are we here? What's the point? And the point is, and I'm looking around, I'm like, do you ever feel unrepresented? And you're thinking, man, there's Is there a channel where I'm represented? Yes. It's called ATI Auto Business, and we want you to feel you are represented here. We believe in that. So we're going to add Ty after industry news, and I think Ty is probably going to take that baton and run with it. And then we've got, okay, here's another. This is going to be, and what I'm looking for is, I wonder where we'll see more of tonight's show in the coming days. Because this is going to be one amazing show. You're going to learn so much. Right? They're right there in the live chat. Auto Hauler Exchange is with us tonight. You're going to learn a lot about Auto Hauler Exchange. Royce is the CEO. He's going to kick us off with an overview. And then he's going to pass it over to Dana. We're going to bring in Dana, the COO. And she is, she's like on point for, all things Auto Hauler Exchange. And I wrote AHX, almost looks like a stock ticker, but that's just the abbreviation, Auto Hauler Exchange. And then we're going to get kind of a demo. If you're a carrier and you want to get into this B2B marketplace that connects shippers and carriers, you're going to want to see this demo with Jake. He's going to walk you through some of the process. Some of it's going to look familiar and some of it's not. So you're going to want to see this. And then we're going to bring in Frank, because what do we need besides carriers? Shippers. And so Frank works with customer sales to bring in shippers. Shippers, carriers, support, tech. That's the show. It's Auto Hauler Exchange. You're going to want to stick around and watch this. And if you have a question, put it in the live chat. You have an industry comment, put it in the live chat. If you feel underrepresented, put it in the live chat. This is ATI. I'm telling you. The more I look around, the more I remember why we're doing this. I don't know why. But there seems to be a lot of corners of the industry that don't want to hear from you. We have the channel for that. So if you are unsure of it, click share, click copy, grab that YouTube link, check in with a friend, send a lifeline. Don't forget to smash that like button. You got 19 people watching. Oh, sorry. 18 people watching. 8 likes. What are 10 people doing? Come on, 10 people. But you do what you want. This is auto transport. You do what you want. You can call Ty, 417-483-2764. And, when you call him, you could be ready. You could be unready. You could have bought the wrong truck. Do whatever you got to do, but call Ty, check in, and listen. Ty and I have been having meetings, and we've been talking. If you, let's say you want a review session, or maybe there isn't something working out, let us know. Call or text Ty. Again, this is the channel where you got something to say, man, let us know. If you watch Dispatching Live, you know we share it. So stick around, because right after this, we're going to go into the live chat. We'll be right back.
Recon in 2023. Time to line. Speed to sale. Managed by metrics. Know what you don't know. Technician efficiency. Workflow efficiency. More cars, less time. Know where your cars are. Connect to what you expect. Rapid Recon can help.
Ship.Cars. Intelligent car shipping made simple. Auctions and dealerships get ready to modernize drive-away dispatching. As part of the auction experience, Ship.Cars now offers drive-away to help shippers dispatch small loads with ease. Moving single vehicle loads typically requires a lot of time, paperwork, and phone calls. With drive-away, shippers create loads in LoadMate Pro and dispatch directly to drivers, who are notified automatically, eliminating manual calls and paper dispatch. Once the load is in transit, shippers receive progress updates until delivery. Ship, dispatch, track, and deliver single vehicle loads for auctions and dealerships. LoadMate Pro, shipper platform. Visit Ship.Cars. Auctions and dealers modernize drive-away dispatching with intelligent car shipping tech. Ship, dispatch, track, and deliver with LoadMate Pro shipper platform. Visit Ship.Cars. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us tonight. I'm going to throw a couple links in the live chat just in case you need the Rapid Recon link or Ship.Cars. It's there in the live chat. Thank you guys so much for taking the time, being patient with us. I know it's a long show. We have so much to cover, but I'll tell you what, let's do this. It is now time. Let's go into it. The live chat. Thank you so much. Feel the tension? I'll back it up to the top. Let's see what's going on here. Ty is in here. This is where he gets his loads. Where you stay load. This is where you build a running lane. Am I right? Many ways to get a load. Ooh, Ty, write that down. That sounds like a future show. Name the ways to get a load. Can't we all get a load? Okay. Mark Grodicke, hey, looking forward to show 294. Looks like it'll be another great show. Can't we all get a load? That's the show. That'll be 394. Yes, Mark. Good counting and the way to keep the calendar going. That's awesome. Thanks, buddy. Carlos Braxton is here. ACB Logistics in the house. What's up, Carlos? How is it going? What is happening? Excuse me. I've been thinking about you, man. I was texting Ty, and how are things going? We want to hear from you. You know, we're putting together. Oh shoot, we're putting the band back together. There's going to be I don't know if I can even announce it, but there's going to be. It's another culmination of the roundtable. This will be a carrier roundtable. If you want to be on the next carrier roundtable, that's all I'll say. I'll just put Ty's phone number. You should contact Ty. Hey man, I want to be on this next super secret carrier roundtable. You should be there, Carlos. That'd be great. Maybe 925, you should be there too. Thanks for having me on, man. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining and saying hello. And Rod Hamill, I see you in there too. Lionsman's got a question. Hey everyone, we just started our car hauling business, but we've been waiting for our central dispatch. I'm just reading. Sorry for the tonality. Our central dispatch to be processed from the beginning of the 21st century. Any tip on activating it faster? So, it just so happens, Lionsman, on Thursdays on Dispatching Live, that's the show for you. I'll give you the link here. Because, yeah, we get a little nutty. We get a little nutty on Tuesdays. We get crazy. We get full-on nuts on Thursdays because, you know, this is a crazy industry. You can do whatever you want. And we never know what is happening with processing time or stacks of paper. No idea. So tune in Thursday. Put that in the live chat. But I'd love to hear if anybody responds. And again, this will be the only channel where anyone will even address that. You can't even stop. You can't bring that up anywhere else. I mean, you can on Facebook, but then it's a thread. But I mean like a live show? Forget about it. Forget about that, man. Okay, here we got Auto Hauler Exchange, our guest tonight. Excited to be here. Looking forward to a great show. We're excited to have you, Auto Hauler Exchange. What's really neat is in the past few months, we have seen Auto Hauler Exchange, caught up with them at NIADA show, Digital Dealer. I know there's another one in there. Catch up with a live interview talking about carriers, shippers, loads. And what would it be like? You know, you see this. I'm not even sure. Dude, I'm not. I have a bit of a filter, okay? I really do. There's a thing I'm not even sharing tonight. I'm only going to share it on Dispatching Live because it was like so against brokers. I thought maybe it broke decency rules. I don't know. My point is, you know, there's a thing out there where a lot of people are like, what would the world be like without brokers? Well, Auto Hauler Exchange went ahead and built technology to see what that would be like. Isn't that interesting? I think that's fascinating. Fascinating. And it's more futuristic than, you know, waiting on hold, calling, waiting, calling back, leaving a voicemail, waiting for a call, and then suddenly your phone rings, you're exasperated, you're so excited, and they're like, oh yeah, we got to check with the customer. So then they, you wait. Man, they may even call back. What is that? That is no way to book a truck, man. Come on. Brova, can't we all just get a load? That is a show, Ty. DDD is here. What's going on? Hey, thanks for saying hello. And we listen, if we haven't seen you in a while, maybe you've got on the Lazy Susan and you made the way around and it's been a couple months and you check back in. You are happy as ever to be here. Welcome. Pull up a stool. Have a beer. Feel welcome. We love that. So, thank you so much for saying hello. And let us know, Lionsmen. Keep me posted. That's what you do on Dispatching Live. Let us know. Here's the suspicion. The suspicion is if there's 24 people watching and there's only 15 likes, then some of those folks are not ATI fans. Allegedly, we're just speculating. Could one of them possibly be connected in any sort of way to an organization that may or may not be able to tap somebody on the shoulder and say, hey, man, you're not going to believe the comment the other night? Who knows? Let's see. Oh, Silverman, I'm willing to sell my... Oh, man, that's funny, man. See, now that's what Facebook's all about. Get up on Hotshot Trucking and Trucker Haulers. You know what I'm saying? By the way, I don't mean to make fun of Facebook. It's just too darn easy. Okay. Let's see. Oh, John Robertson is here. Ship Your Car Now. Hey, what's going on? Let's get a shout out to Ship Your Car Now Auto Logistics. Let's get one. Ship Your Car Now Auto Logistics. John, you're in the news. Ship Your Car Now. Well, SYCN. I'm still getting used to saying it. But, John, it's in the news, so thank you so much for saying hello and tuning in. Irvine Transport says, hello, gang. What's going on, Irvine? And what about the text-only brokers? Oh, I know that gets me every time. That by the time they get back to the load, it's gone. Totally. But the thing is, and this should be a show, text me your company name. Right? I don't know who came up. It's the most common. Text me your company name. And I mean, I'll bet a nickel to a dollar, whatever that means, that it's an exporter. It's going to the port. Text me your company name. We're going to send you to the port. All right. That is a lot of applause and dings for one show. No wonder the likes are so low. Jeez. All right, cool. So stick around. What we're going to do is we're going to go into industry news. We're a few minutes late. That was too much fun. Thank you so much, live chat. But the live chat stays open. It's open all night. We'll be right back after this. Oh, do I have it? I got it.
Join independent automotive dealers from across the country to accelerate your learning, planning, growth, and dealership success at NIADA Accelerate 2023 Convention and Expo. Take advantage of networking opportunities and valuable education from successful dealers and industry leaders. Get inspired by our keynote speakers and have some fun. Visit with solutions providers in the Expo Hall that can help you navigate the products and services available to help you reach your dealership goals. Whether you're new to the independent auto world or an industry veteran, invest in yourself and your dealership knowing NIADA is there to support you in your journey. Register and book your rooms at the Win Now, and we'll see you June 19th through the 22nd at NIADA Accelerate 2023 Convention and Expo.
Transport Auto Quoter is by far the leading auto quoting software on the market and the only auto quoter with a pro version that comes preset with accurate pricing for anywhere in the U.S. So you don't have to worry about it. The best part is that no change with your current software is needed. Just plug TAQ in and start booking jobs. Carriers can easily plug TAQ into their current websites and start making money right away. I bet you're wondering how we do this instantly and accurately 24/7. Well, constant analytics is the key. Our Price Watch team is constantly monitoring current market conditions, paying close attention to seasonal and quick-moving industry changes. At the end of the day, it takes a lot of time and data to maintain good pricing, time that most of us just don't have on a daily basis. So free yourself up. Using TAQ Pro is really a no-brainer. Save time and money, maximizing your leads and optimizing your online investments. You'll finally be able to sleep well at night knowing that TAQ is on the job selling for you 24/7. Never missing a potential job.
Searching for that midnight auto shipping quote and new lead software you can trust? Provide instant, accurate quotes online with Transport Auto Quoter. Get the price right the first time. Visit transportautoquoter.com. Superflowsystems.com, parent company, same information. And Mark is here if you've got a question. Because online quoting is still a very big thing. There he is right there. Hey, what's up, Mark? Thank you so much. And Pro ABD CRM. That's the thing. Superflow Systems has several software solutions. So if you're looking for a CRM, Transport Auto Quoter, and more, check in with Mark. Ask him a question. He's here. Okay, now I still see, we still have several people that think this content could be sketchy. No like. But you know, hey man, this is Auto Transport. I'll take whatever I can get. All right, what's the best EBOL to use, especially if you're getting loads off Central? Well, what is the answer, live chat? I'm going to leave that to the live chat. While we do that, please do help me wish a warm welcome to industry news. An inanimate object, Jay? Really? That was weird. Well, it's show number 294. Is Shipper Carrier B2B Marketplace Auto Hauler Exchange? That is this show. Now, in looking at what we're doing here, again, on Thursdays, we look at load boards and we do search advice. And, there's a lot of questions and what ifs and different scenarios. And for example, here's a comment. This sums it up. My research in finding the crappy transporter will take the loads, and in turn, the broker will post the cheap loads. So it's both the transporter and the broker. But you see that word broker. See, the word broker keeps getting in the way for many transporters. So what would the world be like without brokers? Now, I'm not advocating, but I am asking the question. Because can we still do that today? It's 2023, Ty. Can we still ask those kinds of what ifs? No? Oh, okay. Well, we're going to do it anyways. Because we're the real troublemakers. There, I said it. All right. The Dealer Boiler Room was our show last Tuesday. Man, oh man, did we see those dealers go crazy with the training. And if you think they're tough on other sales guys and training activities, wait till you're a vendor. This was a great show. If you missed it, check out Dealer Boiler Room. You really will learn a lot. If you do nothing else, watch Kyle's live mystery shop. It's in the comments below the video. Skip ahead. We were a digital dealer. That already seems like a... Dude, that was this month, Ty. Can you believe that? We were a digital dealer this month. Digital dealer with Steve Ressler of Drive Centric with the Speed Networking Reverse Expo. Again, ATI is where you got to actually see it. You got to meet folks like Luis from Spine. Great job, Ty. There's the Speed Networking. Awesome stuff, man. Vendors, pitching dealers. You got 3 minutes on the clock. Ty, I was thinking we need to do that with our live events somehow. Oh, wait. I just said... Oh, dang, I said that live. Dang it. Digital Dealer, Auto Hauler Exchange. Great job, Auto Hauler Exchange, sharing the great news of being at Digital Dealer, networking. Awesome stuff. We were also at Finished Vehicle Logistics this month. Finished Vehicle Logistics, that's OEMs, automakers. Hey, there's Rod talking to Ty live on ATI. Thank you, Rod. Just awesome stuff. Really great content. Now, and this. If this is your first show, listen, come close. If you're looking to go to a trade show, you haven't been to one, Finished Vehicle Logistics is not your first show. This show's tough. Why is it tough? Why am I saying that? Wow, Jay, can you say that? Ty, can we still say that? No? Oh. It's tough because you're dealing with OEMs, automakers, global supply chain partners, and if you don't know what you're doing, and if you just bought your wedge trailer and you're trying to find loads, not the show for you. If you have 20 to 50 trucks and you're ready to try to crack OEM business, that's where you're at. Okay. I'm going to keep going. I'm just going to assume none of that happened. It's ATI. We're the front of the store, the back of the store. We look at the ceiling. We go in the basement. We break things. And we do it because this is important. It's an ecosystem. From new to used, dealers, auctions, shippers, carriers, brokers, tech, etc. And we're going to follow the disconnect between sales and operations. So, we're here to help protect the deal. All right? So when the guy's like, dude, where's my car? Hey, here's an idea. If you connect shippers with carriers and the guy says, dude, where's my car? There's only one person to ask. That's the guy that booked it, the carrier. Interesting concept. Huh. Never heard of that. Understanding the carrier, hunting down cars, hunting down people, hunting down payment. You hear me talk about it. Do people realize, does this guy know you walked 3 miles to find his car? By the way, camera one, I'm reading automotive news, getting ready for the show. And you know what? I was looking at F&I. Who cares F&I? Jay, why would you? I'm reading things about F&I. And the top 3 reasons deals go bad is because people misrepresented their income. People misrepresented their credit. Those were the top 3 reasons. So, hey, I got one for you. If you don't know where your car is, did you tell anybody where it was originally? What did you misrepresent when you placed the order? Now, I know that is dangerous talk. That's what we do. This is ATI. All right, let's keep going. My gosh. How many people... Ty, do we know how many people I've offended yet? Hey, this is Maranatha Works. And they appreciate what we're doing here. Thank you guys so much for showing up at Car Conference. That's what this channel is all about. Understanding the ecosystem. We had that show. I just wanted to mention it because we were at Auto Intel Summit last month and we get a chance to see different sides of the ecosystem. We just want to give a shout out to Cherokee Media Group. Nick Zulovich was on the show Friday. Awesome stuff on Cars on the Move. Hey, here we go. SYCN Auto Logistics appoints Anthony Kuntz as VP of Operations. Before joining SYCN Auto Logistics, Anthony had the opportunity to lead and grow departments on the shipper and 3PL sides. Psst. Anthony was on ATI like in 2018. No kidding. Anthony has a vast understanding of the transportation industry and the integration of business systems to achieve best practices. Anthony's been an integral part of several startups and businesses. So, good job. Ship Your Car Now keeps picking up mega talent. And I just want to point this out too. Michelle Hutchinson, also big talent over at Ship Your Car Now. She was on the show Friday. This was a post I saw on LinkedIn. I just want to point out, I really like posts on LinkedIn that contain information. Too much? This has information. This is about a testimonial. Great use of social media. But I'm just going to keep going. Fact, here's a great use of social media. SuperPay. Are you ready to learn more about SuperPay? June 6th. I'm going to put the link in the live chat. What you're going to want to do is register for the SuperPay webinar on June 6th and find out what this is all about and how it can work for you. Register to claim your spot. You can see the link right there, bit.ly/SuperPay. And get into, that's a webinar on June 6th. And in fact, ahead of the webinar, Vin Yoldashev, he is going to be our guest on Dispatching Live. I think it's a week from Thursday. Do you know about the Lucky Load giveaway? They're giving away 1,000. Get the what? They're giving away $1,000 once a month. Why? Because they want you to know what a great way it is to feel appreciated, return the favor for using Super Dispatch, Super Load Board. You have to be a verified carrier. You have to be signed up with SuperPay. but you can win the lucky load. I put the link bit.ly lucky load. Get signed up for that. Learn more about it. And in fact, here, let's put the other Super Dispatch link. Your free swag awaits. Get signed up with Super Dispatch. Who was asking about Super Dispatch earlier? There's a link for you, man. Right there. Your free swag awaits. More Super Dispatch. Yeah, lots of information. Wow, has been coming out. So, yeah, get the lucky load. Get signed up with Super Load Board. They're moving a lot of cars. Here's your statistics. Oh, you didn't know? Don't you worry, man. That's a lot happening on Super Load Board. And we talk about it on Thursdays. We had more Super Load Board on Thursday. We had Ross Quinn, great guest. And on Dispatching Live, we'll talk about other stuff too. Hey, Sue sent this in. I thought, you know what? I wasn't going to share this, but I'm going to share this. Sue sent me an email. Run Buggy requires at least $1 million in commercial general liability on coverage. Is this? I had not heard this. Just got this. Can somebody confirm that? Man, that's... I don't know. All right, let's keep going. Geez, Jay, you're really looking for a lot of mail. Autotransportintel@gmail.com. Send it in. Feel free to put it up on the big screen. This is how you get your car shipping business news, because what do we do? What do I say, gang? Every Tuesday night I got 5 new questions. That's right, 5 new questions. Step right up. Play Ask Larry. Are you a car shipping guru? Are you ready to play? Hands on the buzzers. Oh, still likes don't match views? All right, well, just going to have to get used to it. Here we go. Question 1. Car Global has rebranded its company name to blank. Is it Car Wave, Open Wave, Cars Arriving, or Open Lane? A, B, C, or D? Put it in the live chat. In fact, this one was on Industry News last Tuesday. So this one's to check to see. And this was all over. My gosh. For the past week and a half, this has been everywhere. So I'm assuming, you know, somebody might know somewhere. Car Wave, Open Wave, Cars Arriving, or Open Lane. That is the new rebrand of Car Global. How's that live chat doing? Oh, Ben is here? What's up? Yeah, Anthony is the man. Awesome, Rod. Thank you so much. Let's see. Okay, Ty has D, Open Lane. Carlos has D, Open Lane. Really, we just need one more, and then I can move on. Hey, Ben, is that you on, man? What's up? Shout out to Ben from John, and Auto Hauler Exchange has Open Lane. That's right, Car Global has rebranded its company to Open Lane. Now, Jay, what is Open Lane? Open Lane is simulcast digital auction sales, and it used to be one of their main properties, but now they're just rebranding the whole company as Open Lane. Because why? What did they sell? Car Global sold Odessa, which could help you on a following. Just read the. Which company is known for creating an MRI for cars? Is it Mannheim, Shift, UVI, or Open Lane? One might say I'm trying to pull a fast one. Oh, good. It's all Open Lane. We got Open Lane City. All right, question 2. Which company is known for creating an MRI for cars? Is it Mannheim, Shift, UVI, or Open Lane? I know. Breaking out of the vertical. And that's because I was thinking, I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, man, what are we going to do with these questions? I love the quiz show section. But I do know this is that we're trying to rope in more of the ecosystem to get to know transportation and logistics, as well as the rest of automotive, and vice versa. I want to rope in more automotive ecosystem information into our vicinity, if possible. Oh, look at that. I think we got it. Carlos has C, Ty has C, and Ty is throwing up a super chat. Making martinis in the super chat. Thank you so much, buddy. Appreciate that. Yes, and Auto Hall Exchange does the slam dunk with UVI. It is an MRI for cars. This is no small thing. You want to be near it. Well, not too close. You're like, like close, but not too close. But you want to be near this thing because I get a feeling this thing will be good for transportation. Just a hunch. All right, here we go. Question 3. Ritchie Brothers is rebranding as RB Global after acquiring which company? Is it Copart, IAA, Manheim, or Odessa? Ritchie Brothers. See, right now, Ritchie Brothers, you'd be like, I don't know about Ritchie Brothers. Well, they do heavy equipment. And man, when I say heavy equipment, I mean everything. From skid loaders to trains and RVs and wagons and scoops and everything. So they've acquired a company and now they're even bigger, so they're going to be RB Global. Yeah. All right, so any guesses? Ooh, Ty's got B. Ty's got IAA. Well, Ritchie Brothers probably didn't acquire Odessa. That was Carvana. Ritchie Brothers probably isn't acquiring Manheim because that would literally change the universe. It's got to be Copart or IAA, both of which are salvage auctions. And the answer is... Where's that button? It is IAA. So look for the RB Global branding when you go to IAA. Or maybe it'll be on the voicemail when you set the appointment. Or when you text the guy your company name. Question 4. Which load board is giving away a $1,000 lucky load each month to a qualifying carrier? Is it Central Dispatch? Is it Holly? Is it Super Dispatch? Or is it Cars Arrive? Which load board is giving away a $1,000 lucky load each month to a qualifying carrier? Or you can smash the like button. It's up to you, really. It's your choice. This is your show. I'm just the guy on the screen, jibber jabbering away. What do we got here? We've got I can't do this anymore. I'm out of here. I'm leaving. I can't. I'm hanging it up. Several companies are like, oh, thank God. Okay, just kidding. It is Super Dispatch. You want to win the lucky load, right? Here, click here. All right, cool. All right. Okay, question 5. Let's do this thing. We got to get out of here. We got things to do, Jay. Which B2B vehicle marketplace connects shippers directly with carriers without brokers? Is it Central Dispatch? Is it Metro Loads? Roadrunner? Or Auto Hauler Exchange? You thought that last question got crazy in the live chat. Wait till you see what they do with this one. B2B, vehicle marketplace, no brokers. Central Dispatch, Metro Loads, Roadrunner, or Auto Hauler Exchange. I think they're just going to shut us down, Ty. This could be our last show. Probably will be. We won't make it to 295. Okay. Hey, how you doing? It is Auto Hauler Exchange. Wow. The most dangerous show in automotive. Everybody, I want to thank you so much. If you got all 5 of them right, you deserve an ELD punch. It is check your brake week and all that great stuff. So hope your level 1 is going well. Stick around. We'll be right back after this.
Being a carrier is tough. Slow pay, bad lanes, and countless brokers. It's hard out here, but it doesn't have to be.
At Ship Your Car Now, we understand the challenges our carriers face. That's why we're committed to on-time payment, guaranteed lanes, and an open line of communication with our dispatch team.
Our carriers and drivers are our partners, and we're committed to helping them succeed. Sign up on our carrier portal today. Ship Your Car Now, committed to carriers.
The next evolution of moving cars faster, smarter, and easier is here. Super Pay by Super Dispatch. Today, shippers waste hours managing fragmented payment systems. And carriers are left wondering, never knowing when they'll finally get the payment they're owed. Super Pay saves everyone time and hassle by securely automating payment upon proof of delivery. No more tracking down payments or onboarding carriers to disconnected payment systems. With integrated payments with Super Pay, Super Dispatch is now the only end-to-end all-in-one auto transport platform. Automate payments where you automate transport.
Super Dispatch, TMS, mobile apps, Super Load Board, and Super Pay, helping carriers, dispatchers, brokers, and shippers move cars and get paid fast on one auto transport platform. Visit superdispatch.com. We got a link in the live chat. Thank you so much. All right, here we go. Let's get to Industry News Part 2. Running a little bit late, running a little bit hot. Attention business developers. This is Industry News Part 2, the weekly pulse on ATI. Not as much news as we do have sometimes, but let's cover the market because we got to know what's up. Average age of U.S. vehicle hits 12.5 years. That is up. Look for those heavily used cars. Those are the cars you need to be hauling, probably. With more than 284 million vehicles in operation on U.S. roads, the average age of cars and light trucks in the U.S. has risen again this year to a new record of 12.5 years. This is the 6th straight year of increase in the average vehicle age of the U.S. fleet. Look at that graph. About 2011, it started going up. So this isn't, this one's not due to COVID. All right. I know COVID's responsible for like everything else ever, but 2011 is when it started to go up. We saw an acceleration. All right. I'm not going to say it again. Despite economic headwinds, new vehicle sales are projected to surpass 14.5 million units in 2023. New vehicle sales, 14.5 million. An increase. Used car sales fell 1.7% year over year in April. So even though the cars got older, the sales fell down. NADA data 2022 new car inventory is up. Vehicle sales per dealership down. NADA's financial profile of franchise dealerships show inventory rose in 2022 while the average number of vehicles each salesperson retailed fell. So new car inventory up. New car sales down. New vehicle inventory reached, and this will change next week, so you don't have to, don't memorize it. Psh. New vehicle inventory reached 1.7 million at the end of last year, up more than 50% from the near historic low of 1.1 million at the start of 2022. The average number of new cars sold per dealership fell. It's interesting. It's interesting, Some highlights from the NADA data full year financial profile of U.S. new car dealerships. I'm not going to read all that. Shoot. Total sales, 1.21 trillion. Average dealership new vehicle retail sales per salesperson, 102. What are we talking about? 10? I guess I could. 2021. Well, it's because they were picking cars off trees. They're picking customers off trees. Hi, do you have COVID? You want to buy a car? Average dealership used vehicle retail sales. Total service and parts sales. That's in. Ooh, look at that. That's way up. Look at that. There's your money. It's in fixed ops. Employees are up. Dealership payroll is up. Okay, that was interesting. ACV Auctions upbeat about sales outlook. To be expected, right? ACV Auctions feeling more upbeat about where the vehicle market is headed. The Buffalo online vehicle auction platform now expects full-year revenues between $468 million and $478 million. That estimate's between 11 and 13% higher than the guidance ACV most recently provided. ACV said 152,000 plus vehicles were sold on its platform in the first quarter, up 8% a year earlier. Wow, that's pretty interesting. That's a lot of money. Must be onto some kind of business model. Let's turn the page. Tips to navigate the new auction environment. See, the days of marshaling vehicles at a physical auction are waning. You wonder where the business is going? Online, dude. The pandemic has sped up the move to virtual. Oh, nah, there it is again. Pandemic. To virtual and digital solutions, including the fleet, remarketing, and auto auction industries. Selling or buying rental cars used to consist of spending an entire day at the auction buying or selling vehicles. You'd have to drive or ship the vehicles. You'd have to drive or ship the vehicles a couple of weeks ahead of the auction so they could go through a cleanup process to present them properly. Then you would have a representative from your company to represent the cars on the block. Now with technology and digital tools, car auctions happen all online. I know you know this. But if there's still somebody out there wondering, man, why do they talk about wedge trailers? Gets me every time. Virtual auctions open the door to the international market. Today, 40% of the vehicles that Copart sells online leave the country. Dang! I guess that's why RB Global bought IAA. Anyways. Users can attend multiple auctions per day when participating online. You can buy 2 cars in Ohio, 2 cars in Illinois, 2 cars in Pennsylvania, wait for it, and 4 cars in Virginia. And, quote, you can order trucks and have them all delivered in a week. See, I'm not saying somebody didn't say it, but I'm going back to that slide connecting the sales disconnect between sales and operations. I'm just leaving it there. Look at this, man. Look at what's going on. Cheers to ATI and the community of auto transport carriers, shippers, and brokers. Here's to an industry future that is faster, smarter, and easier. Thank you so much, Super Dispatch. Really do appreciate that. Very nice. And I know that, I mean, this news, see, that's the thing, too. If you're a technology platform, all this stuff is like, man, it's hitting the pipes of business. Ooh, I smell a show. With the rise of electric vehicles at auction, Copart has started storing EVs in a separate area to avoid risk of fire. This one's for you, Ty. Because if one does catch fire, an EV that is, and I don't know if it's an if, there's a high risk of it spreading to the other cars. For the future of car auctions, De Lorenzo sees the auction company coming to your facility, doing the photos and inspections, posting the vehicle for sale right where it sits. Gosh, didn't we just read about that ACV thing? Man, those guys. If the auction company comes to you, then auction firms would need less facilities since their inventory would be dispersed all over. The vehicles wouldn't need to be shipped. I'll read it again. If the auction company comes to you, then auction firms would need less facilities since their inventory would be dispersed all over and the vehicle wouldn't need to be shipped. The buyer would decide whether to make a bid on a car after looking at pictures online and seeing its estimated shipping cost. Estimated shipping cost. All right. Seem pretty happy, Jay. I just want to share this. Scammer set up new fake car auction. Yeah, because just when it all seems so rosy, now there's a fake scammer auction, like a fake site. Yeah, criminals. Like this is in the UK, but you know it's a global world. Criminals have launched another scam auction site. Car dealer reported on fake car sales website, blah blah, which had a convincing and detailed front. The website was selling cars drastically below retail price, which people ate up like hotcakes. And yeah, that blows. It sucks, man. Scammers are everywhere. Their aim is to get consumers to get the consumer to part with a deposit, and then you know. Let's see, and they found out and their company was being duped by the fake website. They shut down the website host, and an almost exact copy of the previous car auction example, including stolen articles from somebody else's site and a fake animation of a delivery truck, but bearing the new name. I'll tell you, and this is another thing. I'm reading this. I'm seeing like high-level fake identities on LinkedIn now, trying to like connect, like. Dude, it blows. Now on LinkedIn, every time I get a connection request, I gotta do homework to see if this really is a real person. It's not easy to tell anymore. It's nuts, man. yeah. Scammers ruin everything good. Yep. Load board search advice is on Thursdays. Please do join us for that. Actually, we have Ship.Cars on this Thursday. Vlad and Daniel are back to show us more about Ship.Cars. They were on Cars on the Move, I think it was 3 weeks ago or so, and we got to see some of the tech. I'm telling you, wow, man, there is so much more stuff to see now than there was a year ago. It's awesome. Loving it. So glad we're here to help spread the word. Oh, hey, by the way, NIADA. Now here's a show. Remember I was talking about a show earlier, and maybe don't make that your first show. If you've never been to a trade show, Ty, do you think I think this would be a good one? You know why? Come here. There are dealers at this show doing their own auto transport. Now, why would they do that? And do you think they love that? You know, if they could find the right guy in the neighborhood or gal in the neighborhood, man, this show, Dealer City, love the dealer. And you can build relationships with dealers. Go to the booth. The exhibit hall is where you'll find us. That's where we always party. And look at these statistics. 90% of attendees are dealers. Wow, that's really high. That is like, actually, I think that's higher than any show. 90% are dealers. 92% of those dealers are looking for solutions from vendor partners they connect with in the expo hall. Holy cow. 89% of attendees found the variety of vendor partners in the expo hall to be beneficial. Now, I realize this is a pretty happy poll, but this is pretty high numbers. 97% of attendees would recommend attending the NIADA Convention Expo to colleagues. We recommend it, and we thank NIADA for seeing in ATI what we see in them. Really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hey, Rapid Recon, by the way, this was put out. We're going to have Rapid Recon back on the show soon. Is your reconditioning process suffering? There's a whole workflow. It's a whole world. So tune in for our next Rapid Recon show coming up in a few weeks. Don't forget, get signed up for that lucky load. I'm telling you, there's no downside. If there is, let me know what it is. There can't be. Win $1,000, be a verified carrier, sign up for Super Pay, and Super Dispatch, help me out. If there are any other rules that I didn't include, please do include it. And that's pretty cool stuff. Wow. That's really, lucky load's a great idea. You're looking at the podcast when you see this. I know it's a long show and you can't get through it all. Maybe you just want to mow the yard and listen to ATI. I don't know if that's possible. You could. Oh, you know what? Ty, if you have one of them silent EV mowers, you could do it. It's ATI Auto Business, the underrepresented, the rest of the automotive ecosystem. That should be ATI Auto Business, the rest of the automotive ecosystem. And if you have any questions or want to put something in Ty's ear, 417-483-2764. It is a Car Shipment Business channel. Listen, if you haven't smashed the like button yet, feel free to do that. It's just sitting there waiting for you to just beat the heck out of it. So do that. And remember, this is ATI. We don't ship cars. We move information. Leverage us. We're the neutral zone. If there's one place you can share information and host a discussion without worrying about a recalcitration or whatever that fancy word is, it's ATI Auto Business. All right. It's better to be lucky than good. Right after this, we are going to be live with Auto Hauler Exchange. I know you've been waiting. I know you've been patient. Ty, I didn't leave you much time. That's okay. Stick around. Right after this, we're going to be live with Ty. He's going to help me introduce Auto Hauler Exchange. We'll be right back.
Auto Hauler Exchange is a new B2B marketplace, the first of its kind in the vehicle logistics industry. Auto Hauler Exchange automates the complex workflows of the vehicle logistics ecosystem by connecting large and small vehicle haulers directly with vehicle shippers. By eliminating the middleman typically required in vehicle logistics, AHX streamlines the shipping process, cuts shipping delays, and reduces empty space on carriers and unnecessary miles while increasing revenue. Working directly with the shipper, carriers can pick and choose which opportunities fit their routing on a day-by-day basis to maximize their capacity and eliminate empty miles, while allowing them to plan their backhauls in advance. The exchange gives control back to carriers. By using technology, AHX creates a frictionless, efficient environment for vehicle transportation. Get off the vehicle hauler roller coaster today with Auto Hauler Exchange.
Auto Hauler Exchange B2B marketplace connects shippers directly with carriers, and that means putting the power of the business transaction back in the carrier's hands. Visit AutoHaulerExchange.com. All right, here we go. So we're almost there. It's almost 8 o'clock. Ty is ready to go. So let's do this thing. Here we go. Thank you so much for taking the time to see it through and helping with the community. Ty, can you see me and hear me okay?
Sure can. How about you? Can you hear me?
I can see you. I can hear you. And is it funny to you? So we talked briefly earlier, just for a few minutes, and I thought, well, I'm going to bring you in early, and I even have your, you sent me a LinkedIn thing. Do you want me to share it?
Yeah.
Because I don't know what happened. Right, there was a shift right before the show where I realized, yeah, we're the underrepresented part of the ecosystem.
I think that's okay.
I mean,
I think that's fair. I mean, where do you talk about transportation on a business level, right?
Thank you.
That's kind of that's the icing on the cake. I think we can talk about transportation about anywhere, but talking about it in a business sense on how to educate yourself of the entire ecosystem, like Jay talks about. There's a lot going on. I mean, I get the call, Jay. I always get the call. Hey, Ty, I bought a truck and a trailer. I need a load board and a dispatcher. That's a real phone call. I got one here. Oh, just real quick. Got one the other day. This guy, I may have already told this story, but I got to tell it one more time because there's added to it. But this guy bought a Stinger, high rail Stinger. Does everybody know what that is? That can haul 10 cars. That's a semi. So this guy, it's 2004, so 50, maybe 100 grand. Probably not, somewhere in that range. He has a real job, and his real job is tour buses. So I guess the tour bus business is seasonal. So on the downtime, he wants to run this Stinger high rail that he bought. Okay. How's that working out for you? Well, I can't find drivers. Oh, you're not driving the truck? You don't know how to load it? No, I need to drive. I'm calling because somebody told me that you can hook me up with drivers. Is there a car hauler driver pool that I can get a hold of where I can hire a driver that knows how to load this truck? I said, yeah. No, there's no such thing. But have you driven that truck? Have you loaded any cars on it? No, I'm calling because, okay. It just keeps going, as you can imagine, right? So, yeah, go ahead.
It's crazy.
No, it's beyond crazy. It's frustrating because
I know I'm frustrated already.
This guy did not want to talk about anything to do with transportation, auto transport business.
He rejected your attempts.
Yeah, I was real gentle, real nice. I wasn't, I was like, okay, do you know anything about this car hauling business? No. Well, how are you getting cars? Well, I have a dispatcher and they're using the load board. Oh, okay. Do you know what it's like to drive a semi around and try to load even 6 cars on your Stinger that you bought? No, I told you I don't drive it. I'm looking for a driver. Do you have a driver pool?
Yeah, anyway. Right, a driver. Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So,
Do you have a
and you made a
driver
comment.
pool? And he's thinking that you just pull loads off the load board, right? Like fruit.
Yeah, and you're going to make money.
People think that in the beginning.
Break it down. I mean, even if you've got a paid-for truck, okay, you've got fuel. That thing is maybe going to get 4.5 miles a gallon at $4 a gallon diesel fuel. Let me say that again. 4.5 miles a gallon with that truck.
Oh my gosh.
That's $4.50. $4 a mile.
You may as well leave cash on the road.
Right? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Whoa. So that's number one. You say you got a paid-for truck, you got fuel, 4.5 miles a gallon. Then you've got the driver. 25%. And I asked him, I said, well, what are you paying your current driver? 25%, but he's a bad driver. He's slow and he doesn't know how to load the trailer? No. And you've never touched it? No. That's why I'm calling you, because I need a driver. I'm like, gee whiz.
Like you're some kind of a magician.
Yeah.
Did he think
and
you
I
were
think
a
at
magician?
I think at one point he said, would you be willing to come and train my driver?
Of course, there we go.
And
brother.
yeah, I'd be happy to do that. I don't think it would benefit you or your business in any kind of way, shape, or form, because all you're interested in is trying to make money. And which,
Right.
hey,
because if the driver's going to pull you aside and go, listen, is this guy I'm working with, is this real?
What is going on?
And you'd be like,
well, so to make
answer.
it even, and I know we're going to bring on Auto Hauler Exchange, and I'm excited about it. But here's the thing: can you imagine being the dispatcher for this outfit?
So, and I'm really glad you said that, because once again, the underrepresented. Here it is. Who worries about dispatchers? And not that that's the theme of the show, but my point is, it's important to consider the dispatcher, because that dispatcher. There's going to work hard, and 3 months down the road, after hearing the owner yapping about how bad the driver is, hearing the driver always asking questions that are so basic, and just trying to make those loads work, then the driver, by the way, is going to miss timelines, and they're going to lose. They're going to have to cancel those loads.
He's not going to make any money. He's going to go like, I'm going back to freight. This is crazy.
In 90 days, this dispatcher will be losing their mind. The driver will be frustrated and the owner won't have made any money.
Yeah. Well, so okay.
If not lost money.
Right. So
whatever crap has gone wrong.
Right. So let's shift this to real business talk. I'm in Huntington Beach, California. I bump into this guy. I'm walking up the stairs. The first person I see is Chris Ludwig, right? He's the editor, like senior chief editor guy of the Finished Vehicle Logistics gang. He sees me. I see him coming up the stairs like a movie scene. He's like, Ty, I haven't seen you, with that cool accent that those guys have. Oh, Ty, I haven't seen you. And he gives me this hug and thanks and go get your badge over there. It was really cool. I didn't get this far away from him, and this guy walks up to me. He's like, Ty, I watch you on Auto Transport Intel, Ty. I'm like, hey, buddy, how are you doing? It's Rod Hamill. He's in the live chat right now. I sit down with him. We have this amazing talk. It was live, too. But what we're shifting to here is real business. So after meeting Rod, thanks, Rod, by the way, for saying hi and watching the show. We appreciate that. But as you listen to a guy like Rod, how he's come from no trucks to 16, and I mean that he's got it going on. This is business. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, what do you use? Well, we have a load board. Okay. We have a brokers. Okay. And we go get our own customers. That's why I'm here. And as we got to having the conversation, I was like, I've had to kind of change how I coach people, adding a load board. That's never been my thing. Adding the broker, that's never been my thing. So I bring all this up because I'm really excited about tonight's guest, Auto Hauler Exchange. I've got to spend a lot of time with Frank. I've got to spend a lot of time with Royce. I've got to spend a lot of time with Dana, and I met Jake at Digital Dealer. So I've got to spend time with these people, and I'm really excited to learn more about Auto Hauler Exchange and how that's going to work, because that's going to equip me as I'm helping people try to build a car hauling business. So thank you, Auto Hauler Exchange. I'm really excited about tonight's show.
Perfect. All right, here we go. Then we won't waste any time. Here's what we're going to do. We are bringing up next on the center stage, Royce is the... Make sure I got the right one here. Royce is the CEO of Auto Hauler Exchange. He's going to kick us off with an overview and an understanding. And thanks so much for jumping in the live chat. Feel free to ask your questions, share your thoughts, grow your business. Already so much. We just passed the 1 hour mark. We're live, and we've already talked about a lot of different stuff. So we're now going to move into the Auto Hauler Exchange information part of the program. So let's see if Royce, can you see us and hear us okay?
I can. Can you hear me and see me?
We can see you. We can hear you. We're really here. It's Tuesday night. You're here on center stage. We've caught up with you at live shows, but for anybody that's not familiar with you, please tell us a little bit more about you.
Yeah, I'm Royce Neubauer, founder and CEO of Auto Hauler Exchange. I've been in the freight and logistics world for approximately 25 years. I would say I'm a relatively newer member of the auto hauling environment, but I think that's kind of been a benefit for us over the past 3 years. I came into this space with kind of an open lens, just to learn and examine and really dive deep into how to create an efficient, transparent environment for carriers. Primarily coming from the brokerage space, I can see how brokers are needed in certain aspects of vehicle logistics or freight for that matter. I think they're more needed in the freight world because there's a lot more moving parts. But on the vehicle logistics side, I saw a glaring need for a product that was really carrier-centric and carrier-focused. So we set out to create the Auto Hauler Exchange about 2.5 years ago. Sat down with, large fleets, small fleets, mom and pops, people that own one truck, people that owned 1,000 trucks, and really started trying to source what issues they felt were happening in the vehicle logistics world. Sat down with dealership networks, remarketers, some of the largest companies in the remarketed space in the country, some of the largest dealer networks, all the way down to dealer networks that have 5 or 6 dealerships. And it seemed like everybody was complaining about the same things, and everybody had the same sourcing issues. The biggest complaint we were hearing from carriers is, they were sick and tired of limited options as far as sourcing opportunities, feeling like those opportunities were getting shoved down their throat with pricing adjustments, and that certain individuals in the industry were sucking too much out of the rate before it got to the carrier. And for the shippers of those vehicles, it was just trying to access more carriers nationally. So with that in mind, we generated an idea, and it was a concept for about 6 months as we whiteboarded it out, got more feedback from shippers and carriers. And then we just went to work. We started building out a platform that is a true B2B marketplace that connects shippers of vehicles directly to carriers. There's no middleman in the process. Our technology is a sourcing opportunity for vehicle shippers to market those opportunities. And it allows carriers to log in for free, no charge to the carrier whatsoever. Our setup process is approximately 5 minutes. There is a vetting process. We want to make sure that carriers have the proper insurance, the proper authority, and that they're legitimate, just to protect our shippers around the country. Other than that, once they're in, they're in. They have the opportunity to shop in markets that they want to run in. Our shippers are posting singles to full truckloads. Right now, we're moving a ton of singles through the network. And the beauty of it, one of the purposes behind this was really trying to eliminate empty miles for drivers and for carriers, and helping them maximize their capacity. Too many times, I'm here in Michigan, Rochester, Michigan. We're outside of Detroit. We're right here with the big three. Our dealer networks are massive around here. I can tell you 100 times a day I see vehicle shippers or vehicle carriers driving down the road with empty spots on their trailer. Empty open area. To me, that's just waste. That's wasteful. And a lot of them don't want to be running with empty space on their truck. They're looking for opportunities to fill out that space. So what we've found with the Auto Hauler Exchange is our network is compiling dealership networks around the country, remarketers around the country, used car companies. And while they are posting their opportunities, it might be 1 car, it might be 2 cars, it might be 5 cars. It's up to the carrier to see what fits on their trailer that day. And if it makes sense in the route that they're running to add an extra car, go get it. It gives them opportunity to generate more revenue. And at the same time, it gives that shipper an opportunity to work with a carrier that they didn't know anything about. They didn't even know existed. So we want the carrier and the shipper to connect. That's where we feel that the opportunity is the biggest for the carrier, is to open up more opportunities nationwide or regionally, depending on how they want to operate, to shippers that are in their backyard and shippers that are around the country that they want to work with. If I'm a dealership network, I'm trying to sell cars. I'm trying to buy cars. The last thing I should be doing is trying to source transportation. That's not my specialty. My specialty is buying and selling cars. Auto Hauler Exchange is kind of that plug-in tool for them to connect them to carriers nationally. And if I'm a vehicle hauler and I want to move cars and I want to drive my truck, it's tough to go source. That's why you're hiring dispatchers. That's why you hire brokers, right? So the technology itself is allowing that carrier to connect in a digital way directly with that shipper, whether it's on their phone, hopefully they're parked and they're not driving while they're on their phone, but they can see opportunities in their route. Our technology is growing, and we're trying to source vehicles in that routing way that the carrier wants to work. So it's giving them opportunities to find routes that work for them, fill out their trucks, eliminate empty miles, and really start to connect with the person they need to be connecting with, which is the shipper of that car, whoever owns that vehicle, and not a third party that's trying to, come up with some number that makes sense for them and the carrier. So all of our pricing that goes through the exchange, we have nothing to do with that. That pricing comes through directly from the shipper. So our shippers log in, they go through the process, they post their VINs, they post the lanes, they give all the detail to the carrier, all the contact information. Carrier logs in, sees if that's a vehicle that they want to move, and they check it out just like you're shopping on Amazon. We're going to go through that process a little later in the show with Jake and Frank. But the most exciting part for me over the past few months is we have really gained traction with the carrier network. A lot has to do with the fact that it is really handing the power back to them. So we just launched in December. We had a soft launch. We had approximately, I think, 5 carriers that we worked with and two dealership networks that we worked with throughout the month of December. Since then, we've grown to over close to 60 dealership networks nationwide. And as of today, we're over 1,000 carriers nationwide that have signed up on the exchange organically. That's a relatively short period of time, especially since we really didn't start marketing until a couple weeks ago, right? So we wanted to take a crawl, walk, run phase because we didn't want to build out technology that wasn't viable to those who were using it. I think you see a lot of technology companies that have a lot of good ideas and they just start banging away on coding. We took a slower approach, a crawl, walk, run phase, and we wanted the feedback to come from the carrier. What do you want to see? What do you want your experience to be? What's important to you? And we did the same thing with the shipper. So we have a carrier portal that the carrier lives in. That's where they're going to live, and that's where they're going to see marketing opportunities from shippers. And then we have a shipper portal that they live in their space, and that's where they're marketing the opportunities directly to the carriers.
Amazing. That was an awesome intro.
Thank you.
Wow. Really good. Yeah.
Wow.
I got the applause there. You said a lot. And a lot of, I think in a way, answered a lot of questions in an overview sense of what Auto Hauler Exchange is. Yeah. I say, at this point, should we bring in Dana to continue the conversation?
Yeah, I think Dana's our COO. Dana has many more years of vehicle logistics experience than I. But she's also been on the freight side as well. She's been on the LTL side, so she understands logistics inside and out. So yeah, let's bring in Dana.
All right, here we go. Camera one, please do welcome Dana. Didn't get a lot of heads up. That's how we do it on ATI. And here she comes. Drum roll, please. Thanks for jumping in the live chat. Please ask your questions, share your thoughts, grow your business. We are learning more with Auto Hauler Exchange live on ATI. Dana, can you see us and hear us okay?
I can see you. Can you hear me?
We can see you. We can hear you. What did you think of what Royce said?
I guess I'm all set.
Wow.
So I'll see you guys later.
Right? That's a wrap. We're done here. Yeah. All right. Well, Dana, for anybody that's not familiar with you, please say hello and tell us a little bit more about you.
Hello. My name is Dana Randazzo. I'm the Chief Operating Officer of Auto Hauler Exchange. As Royce just so eloquently said, we are a comprehensive B2B marketplace. So we have created a community. We're building it day by day, creating a community, digitizing the way auto haulers and shippers connect. We've created an ecosystem for them to actually connect directly to each other. It's allowing shippers and auto haulers the opportunity to connect digitally. And it's where the industry needs to move towards. So Royce had talked about, how he had, more freight background. Now he's been in the auto industry for several years. And he went out and interviewed dealerships and interviewed these did real interviews and said, I've just noticed that there's this antiquated system. It's so fragmented and, with these people involved and between the shipper and the carrier, there's 5 people involved not connecting with each other. So this is a scary word, change. Not everybody takes it head on. It's a little bit of, change. Can we do this? Yes, we can. This is where the industry needs to move because as Roy said, and as you'll see, we've created a digital dashboard. We're getting feedbacks from the shipper. We're getting feedbacks from the carrier. We talk about this crawl, walk, run phase because we're crawling and now we're starting to walk there because we're hearing the feedback from the shippers and what they want to see and what they want to see on their end. And what we'll view to you is their shipper dashboard. What they, questions that they have, concerns that they have are different from what the carrier has. And we talk about in our office, in our business, we have 2 customers. Wholeheartedly, 100%. You can actually see them in our system. Is the carrier is our customer. When we talk about crawl, walk, run phase, we talk about we jokingly talk about what comes first, the chicken or the egg, and we have to grow together. We have to introduce the shippers and the carriers directly because if carriers see real, live, active loads, then the shippers will know that there are carriers out there, vetted carriers through our processing, actually going on to this exchange any time of day. So this is what's really important about this technology platform. So you talk about going online and what you'll see through our process and through our system, and you'll see how we distinguish between a business and an auction, and we talk about transparency. So when when a carrier is potentially delivering loads, we talk about maximizing capacity for the trucks. At any time of day, you can go onto our exchange and you can check out a vehicle that you need. If you go onto our exchange and you see that it's an auction, the carrier sees that, hey, this is picking up or delivering from an auction. I'm at an auction right now. Potentially, I could pick up a vehicle. I could go to the exchange, click on it, check out, and I have that in my cart and my gate passes are emailed to me as well. And I'm all set. And I just got a new load while I was at the auction.
Wow.
It's been really exciting.
There's no one
to
to
see.
call. There's no one to email. There's nothing you have to worry about.
That's the joke I was going to make.
It's 9 o'clock at night.
There's your side by side. You've got the guy logging into Uber, and sending a car, and then the guy calling somebody. Hey, you know anybody that can? Yeah, let me call a guy. Let me call my guy and my other guy. That's how we're doing. So we're doing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The industry needs to go this direction.
Yes, that's what we talk about, maximizing capacity.
Make a lot of sense.
So, and we're open 24/7.
Well, the technology is always out there, and any opportunities that are on the exchange are live, and it's dealer direct pricing. We have nothing to do with any negotiation. It's whatever the dealer feels they can get that car moved for, and the market's going to tell them if they're pricing it accurately or not. So if that car moves quick, then they priced it correctly. If it sits there for several days, then they're probably lowballing the market. And we do have analytics built into the system to help the shippers get some accurate pricing.
That's what I was going to ask. Yeah, that would make sense. Some recommendations, or I don't know, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of technology out there that we could connect to that shows market rates, right? And the market dictates the rate, whether you like it or not. That's just how logistics has always been. And I mean, you can use Florida as an example right now. Florida's booming. All the snowbirds are leaving, right? So used car market is moving down there. So the numbers coming out of Florida are much higher than people want to pay, but that's just the way it is right now. Give it a month and the rates are going to go down. So we're not in the business of dictating what that market is or trying to tell a carrier what that market is. So at the end of the day, we're simply trying to provide an ecosystem, like Dana said, for carriers and shippers to connect directly to each other, without that third party getting in the middle and potentially mucking it up a little bit, right? Now, with that being said, the maximizing of capacity and the empty miles is really the thing we're trying to solve for. And we've seen it within the exchange in just our short time of going live, that we'll have a carrier pick up 2 VINs in one area, and then all of a sudden they're pulling another VIN out of a different market that's in that same route, and the next morning they're adding another car to their trailer. That visibility is what we're trying to provide, and that's the exciting part for us, because when we see it happen, we're like, oh yeah, we just added another car to that 3-car hauler, and they only had 2 cars to start. Now they just maxed out their truck.
And do you know that as a dispatcher, how many times a driver just left and now I can call it because it popped up?
Yeah.
Man.
And it's too late, right?
Yeah. I don't even tell the driver. I'm like, yeah, no, nothing else.
I did want to ask you, Jay, I know you spent some time as a dispatcher. What were your biggest frustrations of the boards and the individuals you had to deal with?
Right. The phone calls really are, it's overwhelming, the number of calls you need to make, and if you can't reach somebody, leaving voicemails are almost pointless. And just that whole mentality, it just, you feel anxious. And that's where anywhere I could book a load with a button, it's like paradise.
Yeah.
And
that's our commitment. We actually say, like, our commitment to technology develops a greater tomorrow, and that's what we're trying to do. And we're trying to work every day to build that technology. I work every single day we have in-house developers, and we have developing partners, our different vendors that we work with. And every day it's, how do we streamline this? How do we make this more efficient? Like, where do we lead this technology? And we even talk about, that's too many clicks to get to something like that, right? So not only do you want the clicks, but we also need to eliminate too many clicks as well too, right? Scrolling drives me nuts. Too many clicks drives me nuts. We want, drivers are out there, we look at it from both sides, shippers and drivers, right? We want shippers to just be able to upload this information, say, here's my phone number, here's this, here's pickup, here's delivery, here you go, here's the VIN. It's the same with the carriers as well too. Carriers are on their route. We want them to easily be able to put their pickup, delivery location, book, check out. I have my email.
And the shipper. Think of all the shippers' souls that will be saved. Not having to worry that 20 people are calling in the next hour.
Yes.
How many shippers a year are ready to never ship a car ever again?
It really does eliminate a lot of that back and forth, right? And with the carrier connecting directly to the shipper, they have the true source. This is who's picking up that vehicle. They're not relying on somebody getting secondhand information. So that's a beautiful marriage between the carrier and the shipper as well, because the carrier can trust that shipment that is on the exchange is coming directly from the person that owns the vehicle. And they know it's a real vehicle that's sitting in that lot or sitting, on that yard, and it's there to be shipped. And once they communicate on the ETAs and they get that locked in, they're good to go.
So I would say we're right on time. Let's bring in Jake. Let's see some tech. Should we do that?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Here we go. All right, camera one. Jake, get your camera ready. You're the next to appear on the Auto Hauler Exchange extravaganza. We're learning so much about Auto Hauler Exchange tonight. Please do ask a question in the live chat. You can connect. Kelly is in the live chat with Auto Hauler Exchange. We've already talked to Royce and Dana, and they're going to stick around for, we've got another half hour of show, so we have a lot to learn. So here's Jake now in carrier sales and support. Jake, can you see us and hear us okay?
I can see you. Can you hear me and see me?
Perfect. We can see you.
Beautiful.
So do me a favor, please say hello. Tell us a little bit more about you before we get into a demo.
For sure. My name is Jake Berkal. I am the Enterprise Carrier Sales Director here with AHX. I've been in the logistics world ever since I got out of college, graduated a supply chain degree from Michigan State University, and kind of sold my soul to logistics right out the hop. I was in the freight world for the first 6 or 7 years of my career and found an opportunity with Auto Hauler Exchange and wanted to be a part of it. Right from the hop, I knew it was going to be something that was going to be changing the industry and something I really wanted to be a part of. So here we are today.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
One more thing I kind of want to add,
Yeah.
What we have here, I run a team of 3, what we kind of call our carrier marketers. And their whole goal is to get the word out about AHX. We are, calling carriers. They are here for support as well. So there is a full-blown team behind the technology as well, ready to support any and all of our carriers.
Perfect. Okay, good. Yeah, because that's important. Once there's interest or sign up, there's always a snag or something somewhere. So
for sure.
Let's go ahead and Kelly, help me share that. I'll try to share some links too, but let's get that information in the live chat while Jake, go ahead and take it away, and you've got our attention.
Can you guys see this okay?
We see your screen, yes.
Yep. Beautiful. All right. Yeah, so what we're going to do here, guys, is we're just going to go through a pretty quick demo of the carrier sign up and kind of the ins and outs of the carrier side of Auto Hauler Exchange. Another thing we really want to reiterate is it is completely free for all carriers. There is no subscription. There is no monthly fee. This is completely 100% free for you guys to be a part of. It's another tool in your arsenal. And something else you guys can check out on a daily basis when you're trying to build and route plan. So first thing is first here, we just go to sign up. Here we're going to ask for some pretty basic information, email address, DOT, MC, your company name, first and last name. So that's very simple. And what that is going to do is take you to my carrier packets. Royce and Dana both talked about vetting our carriers. This is that third-party vetting system that we use. And what this is going to do is go through proper insurance, safety scores. So just like we want our shippers to be posting real loads and have everything on the up and up, we also want to make sure that our carrier partners are on the up and up as well. Once that's filled out, you're going to get another email with a link to Auto Hauler Exchange to set a password. Pretty straightforward. I know it says password reset, but it is to set your password, and you're just going to fill that out with whatever you want. There's no crazy characters or anything like that. Hopefully it's something you guys remember, but we all know that sometimes that doesn't totally work. And then that brings you back to our sign up page. Important thing here is that we now go to log in because we're now technically signed up with Auto Hauler Exchange. Now we are going to actually log in, and you're just going to use those same credentials that you just had. So that email, and whatever that password was that you just filled out. And of course, you see under there, we have our forgotten password just in case that does happen. You can reset with ease. Now we are back at the exchange. So this shows you every load that we have available for you guys. Origin, destination, price. If there's something you guys want a little more in depth or you want a closer look, we have our filter to the left here. Now we can pick an origin and we can kind of move out a radius of that origin. So right now we have it at 175 miles from Dallas, Texas. That can go up to 250 miles. So if you're kind of in the area, we can expand that search to find you more loads and go about it that way. If there's a certain pickup date you're looking for, drop off, load type, condition, op, in-op, enclosed, all that stuff you can filter into your load, and that will bring up whatever fits into those criterias. You can easily clear and bring you back to the full load board. Something cool that we've kind of set up for our carriers is a route preview. Now, this is showing Dallas to Aurora, Colorado. It shows you our miles, and this is a rough route that a carrier might take. Dana and Royce both talked about maximizing trailer capacity and eliminating empty miles. This is just a kind of a tool for you guys to see that, hey, if I'm going through Dallas, maybe I can stop off near Oklahoma and I can grab another load I saw on the board, or I can, swing up through Wichita or something along those lines. We can add onto those trailers and again, maximize trailer capacity and route plan maybe a little bit more efficiently. So that's just, a little tool that our software developers and engineers are working on constantly. If we find a load we like, that fits into our kind of criteria, we do have a drop down that now gives you a little bit more information. So again, we're going to kind of beat a dead horse here. You're going to see a theme with me. We hit origin destination. We hit all of our points of contact numerous times throughout this checkout process, just to make sure we don't miss anything in translation here. So you're going to see that origin, destination, the vehicle, what kind of trailer type, enclosed and operable, when that vehicle is able to be picked up. Again, if it is a business, auction, or dealership, that is probably the number one question I get asked by our carrier partners is, hey, where is this picking up from? So obviously, if it's a business, it's going to be a dealership, auto body shop, something along those lines. And then, of course, residential and auction are pretty darn self-explanatory. We're also giving you the vehicle DINs, dimensions, and of course the price, which I think might be the most important thing for our carriers here. And as we go through,
real quick, Jake, on that
yes,
pricing, we need to reiterate that this is the shipper direct pricing. This isn't a negotiation. This is what the shipper feels they can move the vehicle at, or what they have built into their cost structure. And that's directly from the horse's mouth, the person that owns that vehicle.
Yep. So everything is direct on there. There are going to be some new features coming down the line. Of course, our carrier partners are going to be involved in that when those new things get released. We can kind of save that towards the end. If the load all looks good, simple book, add it to our cart, just like we're shopping on Amazon, and we're checking out. Again, bringing you to our order summary page. We're hitting all those points again. We're hitting origin, we're hitting destination. Now we have our pickup hours. So there's no conflict there. We can see, hey, this is open. We're also going to give you both pick and delivery phone numbers. So we have direct contact with the shipper with where it's going, so we can have that communication between carrier and shipper like we've been talking about. Again, now we can go down and select our driver. So we have a driver profile. We're kind of like a management system, if you will. You can pick which driver on specific loads, and you can also manage your driver team from here. So if you want to add or subtract drivers, what that's going to do is once that driver is selected, that kicks off a macro point link. Macro point is our third-party kind of tracking and inspection software. And that's just a very simple, very simple downloadable app for the driver. He can mark pickup, and then that tells the shipper right away, hey, you got this vehicle is being picked up. And then, of course, once that load is delivered, we can close it out, system's good, and then we can start, looking towards the next one. Pick up ETA and window. So again, we're just trying to cover all the bases for our shipper partners to let them know when we should be expecting us, what time we're going to be there to pick up in a rough window, and then, of course, that delivery ETA and window, same kind of concept, roughly when we're going to be there to drop off their vehicle. And that's just as simple as confirming that order and bringing you back to your order page. Now, again, if we are just, it's a theme here, we're covering all of our bases. We have origin, destination, hours, notes. Again, we're always going to have a phone number in there for you guys for both pickup and delivery. Shippers and carriers, again, it's that contact that we're driving here, that relationship we're driving. So there's always going to be a contact information for both. Frank will go into, shippers get the carrier contact and so on. And then again, just to reiterate what the job is again, and we can even go up into our order history up here at the top. And what that's going to be is kind of like our My Account, your carrier account system, if you will. So we show our load ID. This is very helpful if there ever is a conflict with billing or something along those lines. This is how we will identify and how we can very quickly bring that up for you guys. When that load was created, so hey, look, I did a load back on 5/11. Can you check on the status for me or something along those lines? We can easily look it up for you that way. What the price was, again, the origin, destination, the current status, if it was booked, delivered, and of course our payment status. And then we can go into our account, which if anything really changes here, that's just your basic, username, password. We can go back into our order history, our address book. If we chose in our carrier packet setup, which when my carrier package is set up, that's when you guys will pick your payment type and your payment terms. So if something does happen and you choose to pay by check, if anything changes on your address, this is where we can alter that. And then we can also alter the drivers here as well, just not at checkout. So if you're not technically...
Real quick, Jake, on the payment side, this is something that is a little bit unique. As we were building this out, we discovered some issues with, some of the dealership networks nationwide not wanting to have to pay carriers. That's why they use third parties. And the same side on the carrier side is, some dealers or some shippers want to pay at a certain term that doesn't fit the carrier's need. So we decided to bring the fintech internal, and Auto Hauler Exchange will be paying the carrier direct. So the driver doesn't have to collect the check or collect cash, and the carrier doesn't have to worry if this dealer is going to pay them as quickly as they need to get paid. So whatever terms the carrier wants, Auto Hauler will be paying the carrier at those terms. And then we will be billing the shipper on our end for the cost of that shipment. So at the end of the day, the carrier can rest assured that they know that they're going to get paid on the terms that they need. If they need quick pay, if they need same day, if they need, 10 day, those are the terms that you set, and that's when Auto Hauler will be paying.
Yeah, exactly. And then just again, wrapping up that driver profile, if you have to add a driver, very simple to do that. We understand that sometimes drivers get subtracted from companies. So if you have to do that as well, we can manage our whole driver portfolio there. And then, of course, like we've been talking, we want technology to drive this whole thing. That is what we are. We are a tech company, but we understand things do happen. We understand that there are issues from time to time. So there is two methods to contact us. Like I said, my team's here for you guys. This distro list hits a multitude, almost everyone in the AHX company. If there's an issue, we'll get it corrected for you. But again, we're really trying to push that carrier shipper interaction. But rest assured that if you guys have an issue, you guys need something from us, we are still here for you. That's our goal. This is built for our carriers. And that's what we're here to do. So that is the carrier side of Auto Hauler Exchange.
Wow.
Are you okay, Jay?
That was a lot, man.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Wow.
That pay thing was really interesting.
Yeah.
Royce, that you were talking about.
Yeah.
That is amazing. That's crazy.
That's always a concern of the carrier, right?
Yeah.
Some carriers need same-day quick pay. Some carriers are okay getting 30 days net. Each shipper is going to be different in those terms. So we wanted to eliminate that concern. And that's where it goes back to where this is truly carrier-centric. I owned a trucking company for a while. I understand how your money can get stretched. You've got repairs, you've got drivers you got to pay, you've got fuel costs. So we want to make sure that the carrier feels comfortable and confident that they're going to get paid on their terms when they need it. At the same time, this allows shippers, it's kind of a sense of release for the shipper, because now they're not chasing down the right paperwork, they're not tracking checks. We've got accounting clerks that aren't sending out 100 W-9s at the end of the year, trying to make sure they're getting them out to the right carriers. So it's problem solving on both ends, but I think it definitely problem solves on the carrier side more importantly.
So
Yeah,
we've got I know there's great stuff happening in the live chat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple notes, and we're going to move on to, I want to add Frank, and then we're going to do Q&A after we add Frank, okay? So please do, if you're able to see the live chat, look at the live chat, take notes. And let's do this because I don't want to lose our momentum. We're going to add Frank. Frank Zombo is customer
We love
sales.
Frank.
So here comes Frank. Please do help me wish a warm welcome to Frank, customer sales. And I think we're going to see a little more tech here, actually. So let's see. And he's joining now. Frank, can you see me and hear me okay?
I can see you and I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can see you. I can hear you. So, Frank, we've seen you on this channel several times. We've caught up with you live. But for anybody that's not aware, please say hello and tell us a little more about you, please.
Yeah. So my name is Frank Zombo. I'm the Enterprise Customer Sales Director here with the Auto Hauler Exchange. I don't have the flashy backgrounds in logistics like Royce, Dana, and Jake. Just a few short years ago, I was trying to tackle quarterbacks and tackle kick returners in your guys' stomping grounds over there in Kansas City. And then over the last 8 months or so, I've been learning the logistics world and working with dealerships and fleet companies and financial companies, try to move vehicles more efficiently.
Fantastic. All right, so we know
what he really said there, everybody, that just in case you missed it, he played for the Kansas City Chiefs football team.
Right.
Like that's professional. That's what he said. He didn't say it, but that's. I know Frank. I got to shake his hand.
I know. I've seen Frank, and yeah, I'm glad I don't play.
You don't
defense.
want to get tackled. So, keep
going. The opposing team. Yeah. It's good.
Ty's always nicer to me when we're up close and personal than he is when we're on a call or a Zoom or something. It seems like yeah.
You gotta be
right. He says please a lot more in person.
There you go.
Yes, I'm sure of that. But okay, so we know there's two sides. There's the carrier, there's the shipper.
Yeah.
We saw some carrier tech. Are we going to see a little shipper tech? Or
I'm going to show you some shipper tech.
All right, perfect. Take it away.
My scariest part of today was I just want to get this thing up and running. I'm not afraid to talk about it. I just want to make sure I get this up and running for everyone to see.
No problem at all. Yeah, you're good. All right, cool. We're getting things set here. Yep. And
look, you seeing it?
We're seeing it. It's all you.
I'm 99% the way there.
Yes.
So, yeah, I'm gonna start this off. And again, I liked that when I got here 8 months ago, we didn't really have anything built out yet. And I like that crawl, walk, run mentality. That's really what we've done. And I've been very forward with asking my customers, my dealership groups, to give me feedback. What are the most commonly asked questions that I'm getting? What are the commonly asked questions that Jake's getting on the carrier end? And how can we build something that's going to be something really the dealership's built? And we have some of the best engineers out there. These guys, we come up with these questions, we come up with these problems, and within a week, they have it built right into our shipper dash. And it's been awesome over the last 8 months to watch this thing continually grow. And it's continually growing and evolving as we're moving forward. And every week there's just something new that we're adding, some nice new features. So I'm going to shut up now about that and kind of show you. Obviously, here is how our shippers would log into the dashboard. And what my shippers ask me, and what my dealership groups would ask me is, how can I get one spot to consolidate all of my units in motion into one spot so I know exactly what's taking place with all the different units that are out there. Here is where you would see dealerships that would post on our exchange. So these are still units that haven't yet been assigned to a carrier, and they're just still sitting in the exchange. So this would give them the opportunity to adjust the price if they've been sitting for a day or so. They can adjust the price to go higher. But this here is, like I said, where the shippers would see this still nothing's been assigned to a carrier. A carrier hasn't gone into our exchange yet, hasn't checked one out. And then obviously there's all these different phases of the vehicle journey. All is just going to consolidate all of those different statuses. Booked here is probably the most important one for my shippers. These are the questions that I was getting asked on a consistent basis. Is I see that I've been assigned to a carrier. How our system works is the shipper will get an email that'll say, your load's been designated to this carrier. And they want to know, when is this vehicle being picked up from auction? When's it going to be delivered to me? And then what's the driver's information? So when it gets in that booked phase, We showed you how there's the tiled way, and then there's this listed version of the dashboard. They want to know, like I said, when it's getting picked up, when it's being delivered, and then what's that driver's information that they need to reach out to them. Once that vehicle's picked up, they always want to know, where's it at? So where's that vehicle at en route? You'll be able to click there, you'll be able to get a tracking link. It'll show you exactly where that vehicle is. And then also you're going to have that driver's information in case you do need to reach out. And then once that vehicle's delivered, they were always wondering, like, all right, have I paid you yet? Has it been invoiced? So this is a way to see it's been delivered. Has it been invoiced? Is it paid? Is it unpaid? So they can reach out to accounting. And then you have canceled. Obviously, problems come up. A vehicle's canceled for whatever reason, carrier or shipper end. It would get, it'd show you it's canceled, and then it would automatically get put back onto the exchange for another carrier to see that opportunity. Moving forward, we added this function here, and what we would see is everyone has their different use cases, but for instance, one of them was we had one buyer for a large auto group, and he may be buying for 5 different dealerships within that group. And so the same person who's buying these vehicles and importing them into our system may not be the same person that's receiving those vehicles on the back end. So we have many admins that can use the dashboard for different reasons, and they would go in there just to, I'm at a refurb center, I'm at a dealership. How can I need to see the status of that vehicle and when it's going to arrive, so they can either put in a VIN number or a stock number and put it in the search bar. That vehicle would come up, and then they would also be given, if it's booked or it's in transit, they can check that tracking link or have that driver's information if they need to reach out and just be like, when do you see yourself getting here? Another question I would get on a consistent basis from my customers is, let's just say I'm a dealership group in Atlanta, and I have somebody in Orlando that needs to purchase a pickup truck from me, a new Sierra, and the dealership's trying to work out a deal with them, and they're trying to include shipping into that price. Well, they would ask me, like, hey, Frank, what does it cost to get a vehicle to Orlando? Well, this tool here is a quoting tool that they can put in 2 different zip codes, the type of vehicle that it is, and just give them a rough idea of what it would cost to get a vehicle from Atlanta to Orlando, and they can include that into the deal. And again, this is just a tool, like we talked about, I think Royce or Jake. This is just a tool to give you a rough idea of what that would cost based on miles, market. But ultimately, the shipper has full discretion to price this vehicle at whatever they see fit. This is just a tool to help them give them a rough idea. And then, once that deal is complete, this is how the dealer would import a vehicle into the dashboard or into our marketplace. And this would be a new location. So let's just say this is a dealership that's been with the Auto Hauler Exchange for a few weeks now. This is a new auction that they purchased from. Let's just say they're buying from Manheim, Las Vegas. They would type in the address, and obviously our system is going to give you recommended addresses that fit. You'd click on it, type in Manheim, Las Vegas. And again, this is just for the first time you're buying from this location. We always want it to be auction, like Jake said. A lot of the common questions we would get from carriers is, what am I getting myself into? Is this a dealer to dealer move? Is this an auction to dealer move? So this will be right for them to see. This is going to be an auction to dealer, auction to business type move. You would import your pickup date. And then you want to obviously put in your pickup notes, whether it's, phone number, the person at pickup that you need to reach out to, your pickup hours. So the driver has that before they confirm the rate tender. They need to know that this fits into their schedule and this is exactly what they want. So you would import all that. Now, if you were buying, now we have dealers that have been using our system for the last 3 months, and they've bought from 30 different auctions from around the country. Everything would be preloaded. So now I got Manheim, Las Vegas, or Manheim, Detroit. When you click on that, everything's going to be preloaded with the pickup hours, their notes, and then you can see here their location. So if I'm at my dealership, I would just click on the here button, and that would just auto-populate my my drop-off location. So reach out to John Smith. Here's my phone number. I have the 24-hour drop option. Here's my hours of operation. Also, if you could drop within hours, but if you can't make it, there is a 24-hour drop option. So this is, and then you would just copy and paste the VIN. It automatically know what type of vehicle it is. So you don't have to put in the year, make, and model and all that. You can generate a quote to give you a rough idea of what it's going to cost. But again, ultimately the shipper has full discretion to make the decision on what they want to price it out at. And then you would copy or drag and drop so if you're buying from an auction, you're buying from Manheim, Las Vegas, you would drag and drop the PDF into that gate pass. So once the carrier checks out and confirms the rate tender, they're making sure that everything is the hours are all right, contact information, this works with my schedule, I accept the rate tender. Now that pass automatically goes to them. So that carrier has all the information they need to complete this exchange. And then also, if you are buying 3 vehicles, 4 vehicles, a full truckload out of Manheim, Las Vegas, you can just keep adding VINs to fill up your truck, copy and paste and add price, and build out a full truck if you needed to as well. So you would import it, give it one last look over to make sure everything's right as a shipper, and then I would submit that. Now it's going to be sitting in the exchange for a carrier to check out, and they had to have all the information they would need to complete that exchange. You could go back and see that it's posted. And then there is one more way to import units into the exchange. You can do it through, let's just say you have 100 units to move. A dealership is buying a lot of inventory at one time and they don't have time to sit through. They can do a Excel import and do a CSV to upload those VINs. There's also going to be ways where we can have API, ATI connection to the group where connect right to their system where they can automatically get imported right into the exchange for the carriers to view. And that's our shipper dash.
Did you put? I looked over at the live chat for just a second. I looked like, did you show us where the gate passes go?
Yeah, let me see if I can go back fast. Ty, you know, I told myself now I'm gonna mess something up.
Ty
Super Trucker. Let me see.
This is what I didn't want to do, Ty. You see that?
Dana started it.
Oh, there it is. Bam.
So there's the gate
Drag
pass.
and drop the gate pass right there. And,
You can drag or drop, or you click on it. It'll, you can just add a document.
Yes, if you have it saved in your
any other
files,
file.
Yep.
That's amazing. Good job.
Yeah,
you did
great
good,
job,
Frank.
Awesome stuff. Really.
I
Frank's,
like that.
Frank's a
really do.
gamer. Frank's a gamer. We all know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I had a
Thank
sack at the Super Bowl, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
I know. Were we allowed to talk about that he played for Green Bay as well? I didn't know. You can get to know your audience a little bit. I
You
didn't know
can
if
talk
it was
about
okay.
Green Bay around me anytime.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen now.
Yeah, I took it back. So
Okay, perfect. I don't
yeah,
have to
perfect.
do that. Awesome.
Great. So, all right, that was amazing. So, at this point, we're now 50 plus minutes into Auto Hauler Exchange Extravaganza. And I know that there's been a couple questions in the live chat before we get to the live chat and really ramp it up. Because what we're going to do, I'm just going to say it. We're going to talk a little bit about the essence of the industry, the carrier, the broker, the shipper dynamic, because you're gonna catch flack, or you already have, for pointing out one of those sides of the triangle and making some changes. And I like the Dana that you pointed out. Change apparently in this industry is a no-go. No-go. There are people that won't even talk to me because I've said dispatcher without saying illegal or otherwise. I've also talked about wedge trailers. I lost like coastal states because I said wedge trailer. And I have to live with that.
Yeah.
So
Listen,
you have a cross to bear here. Yeah.
One thing I want to make clear is we're not discrediting any other portion of the industry. There's reasons that brokers exist, right? And there's reasons that dispatchers exist. There's reasons that wedge trailers exist. But what we are trying to do is truly provide an ecosystem that allows carriers to gain a little bit of control back, allows carriers to see opportunities that they normally wouldn't see. And these are real opportunities. These aren't potential opportunities that somebody's posting, hoping they can find a truck at the right rate for a specific shipper. These are shipper direct opportunities that have real shipments to move. I want to go to the live chat because I've seen the question, aren't you a broker? This sounds like a broker. I know what a broker is. I've been in that world for many, many years. This is the furthest thing from a broker.
Yeah.
The way I would compare it is calling Auto Hauler Exchange a broker would be like calling Amazon a broker. We're a B2B marketplace. Our customers are no different than Amazon's customers that are posting product to ship. Our customers just happen to be vehicle shippers and they're posting those vehicles. Our shoppers are not consumers like me and you buying, some socks on Amazon or whatever. Our shoppers are the carriers and they're shopping for vehicle opportunities that fit their network on a week-to-week basis. We're not in the middle managing that conversation. We're not in the middle managing the routing. We're not in the middle managing the transaction. So just like Amazon handles the fintech portion of me buying something off Amazon, Auto Hauler is handling that fintech portion for the shipper and the carrier. So we are a true B2B marketplace that allows an ecosystem for carriers and shippers of vehicles to coexist. The same way that Amazon allows consumers and shippers of product to coexist. That's the difference.
I just want to add that word that I always cringe at when I hear it is transparency. This is the epitome of transparency.
Yeah.
You know when your vehicle was posted, you know when the vehicle was checked out, you know when the vehicle was picked up, your notifications, we have tracking links. This is 100% transparent on both ends. You know who the shipper is, you know who the carrier is. The carrier doesn't have to call me. The carrier doesn't have to call Jake or Frank to find something out. The shipper doesn't have to call Frank to figure something out. We're giving them, we are creating this community, this ecosystem for them to connect directly to each other. And that's what we want to provide. That's what a true technology platform is. That's what a true B2B marketplace is. We are connecting the two directly. I don't contact Amazon.
Right? Yeah.
They make it impossible. I don't know if you've tried.
I don't know, but that really was a great explanation, Royce. I like the way you laid that out because I did see that in the live chat and I started laughing. I was like, so no, thank you. That's perfect. And it makes sense. I like it. Good job.
And I'm going to go ahead and jump in here because this is one of the things that I think is important is that number one, everybody's welcome here. And I think that I think Royce tried to answer the question as best as he could. It made sense to me. Now, if we're going to go beyond a discussion about Auto Hauler Exchange, I'm sure there's all kinds of side discussions that can be had about everybody. And that's not what we're here to do tonight. So please keep asking relevant questions if you have them. Please do that. You're welcome to do that on ATI. But as captain to the ship, it is my job to. I take some hits, but we're going to stay on course. And I think what's interesting here, and this is when I said about the shipper. Man, oh man! If all the upset shippers of the past could talk about how bad of an experience they had with all the runaround and the phone calls and the nonsense, there is no forum for all the "I'll never ship a car again" shippers, but they're out there, and there's a massive crowd of them. And if they ever get a hold of ATI and understand this is where they can start to share their bad experiences, holy cow, this channel will run forever. So, I mean, that's real. It's not just the carriers that, half of them are out of business. So half of the carriers that could chime in on this are already put out of business by all the lowballing and, they just couldn't get it together. Take it away, Ty. All right.
I think in your industry news, see, that to me, this is what I just saw, what I just heard, is what you call looking forward long game. I mean, if we're sitting here talking about used car inventory, new car inventory, everybody's buying them online now. Used car dealers, everywhere I go, where are you buying cars? I buy them online. Where at? Not at the places I used to go. So if you're looking at this and you're paying attention, what Royce and Frank and Dana and Jake and Kelly are talking about here is this. you're you're going to be hauling more single units, right?
Yep.
I mean,
100%.
from different places. So this is interesting. I was at the finished vehicle logistics last week, and I was talking to the I call them the big boys, right? Hey guys, how often do you do a one pick, one drop? Do you want to know what the answer was? We don't.
We don't.
So when I say big boys, okay, we're talking thousands and thousands
amazing
of
that they would tell you that.
hauling new cars,
So glad.
right? 9 at a time. Now, don't get me wrong, they have a lane. Okay, we're going from here to here, which, maybe this is something that could develop in this Amazon experience where it's B2B. We start developing lanes, and you can start seeing this thing grow. I mean, I'm just talking. I mean, that's where we see a lot of beauty right there. Wow.
Yeah, the tech optimization, right? To get the routing out there, right? Have a routing guide for carriers to see opportunities that are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days out in advance. So as a carrier, they can start to map out their week or 2 weeks and know where their trucks are going to be, when they're coming home, when they're going to get back to the house, things of that nature, instead of shopping all the time, hoping that somebody's telling them the truth, hoping that shipment is real. The exchange, we know it's real because the shippers themselves that own the vehicle, that see that vehicle, that have the keys in hand, are the ones posting the vehicles that are out there to ship. So there's no question that the opportunity that vehicle hauler selects off the exchange and checks out with is a legitimate shipment.
That's good. I like that. Jay, what other questions were in there?
It's funny you say that. We're at the 9 o'clock spot, which which is where right, like you didn't know. That's so
they're coming back.
Good
No,
one.
I really didn't.
Okay, no.
Because hold on, wait. I'm going to tell you. No. If you noticed how I've been quiet this entire show,
dude, you've been incredibly quiet.
I know. There's a reason.
I know.
Because I've waited for the whole show to say this. This is closing thoughts, ties. I've watched Royce, Frank, Dana at these conferences. So I've been going how long have we been going, Jay? 4 years now, maybe?
Yeah, right.
So we're doing a lot of these.
Oh,
and if you guys know me, I talk to a lot of people and I watch.
Yeah,
right?
you do.
What I'm about to tell you, this is crazy. I've watched Royce, I've watched Frank, and I've watched Dana. And I just met Jake. So Jake, I haven't got to watch you, but it sounds a little creepy. But what I'm about to tell you guys is real. The reason I've been quiet the entire time is because I go to these. There's only 2 other people that I can think of with different companies that I've seen work a conference as hard as these guys work a conference, and to spend time with them and to get to know them and to see. What you guys just saw is crazy balls. I mean, this is disruption at the highest level, right? I mean, this is great. So I want to just say thank you so much, you guys. And I'm here to seriously mean that. I learned a lot tonight. I was paying attention, and I love the drive you guys have, Royce. As a matter of fact, this is no joke. Got not a random phone call, but I called a buddy of mine today, Jason Hawk. I made a post on LinkedIn. I called him about something completely different. Photo guy. He used to be Black Widow. He's like,
I know Jason.
He said, "Hey, I didn't know that you knew Royce," and he starts talking about how great Royce is. So, I mean, you've got a reputation in the industry, and it's just. Very happy, very thankful to have you guys with us. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the kind words, Ty. I think the key is we're passionate.
Yeah.
We're passionate about what we're trying to do. We're passionate about helping carriers, and we're passionate about solving problems in a fragmented ecosystem.
Well, you can see it. You guys are working hard, and I really do.
We have live fragmentation actually here right now, live on ATI. So we are in. Okay, so we're officially in final thoughts. Ty has shared his final thought. All right, so now everybody be thinking, okay, gosh, what is my final thought? Do I want to go next? Who wants to say something?
I'll say something.
Awesome.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
I liked when Dana said transparency. Is when I first got into this industry, and we had a carrier, and we gave the carrier the shipper's information to call. He's like, I can actually call the shipper and talk to them. And it's like, yes, we're not hiding behind a quote. And you can talk to that shipper. You can ask that shipper exactly what we're paying you and what he's getting and what he's paying. There's no hiding. Everything's out there for everyone to see. And it truly is a transparent company. Everything's out there for, like I said, for everyone to see, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, it is. And that's a good point, and it's a big deal. It's a big word. We hear it all the time, but are we getting it?
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
And,
Well,
and
what
when you
Frank
talk
just
like
said-
that, you're almost like you're like a freak of nature. What do you mean? Of course we
Well,
have
what
it. We
Frank-
said it.
Well,
Yeah.
what Frank just said, though, is I watch Thursdays Dispatching Live, and I didn't know this world existed, but on Thursdays, you do find out brokers, they don't want you to talk to anybody, and it's usually really obvious shady stuff, like we're taking money from you or something's happening.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I learned that on Dispatching Live, but wow. So good job, transparent Frank.
Yeah. Transparent Frank. He has a new nickname.
He's got a few nicknames over here.
It's awesome, man. All right.
I'd just like to add that we're a true B2B marketplace, and if there's any doubts or questions, you can't sit here in the live chat and ask all these questions. Go experience it for yourself. Please sign up. Please check it out. Please experience, what's it like to check out, what it's like connecting with the shipper. And we talked about feedback as well, too. It is so crucial to what we're building and what we're doing. And I would love to hear feedback and monitor, we'll take into consideration, see what we can build. And I'd love to monitor that time frame from what you said and to see when it appears on Auto Hauler Exchange, because that's what we're constantly trying to build, trying to recreate, trying to give these tools, these resources for the carriers. This is for you. This was built for you, with you in mind. And that's one of the reasons I ended up coming over here because it was this whole idea. And there's like a moment, to me, there was just a moment of clarity where it just clicks and it just makes sense how a simple this it's so simplistic. And Jake said a lot and Frank said a lot, but these are clicks, and it clicks in you and you're like, oh, this is all I have to do. Try it for yourself.
And if I can kind of piggyback off that, final thoughts, like we're here for you as a technology platform. If there are hiccups, like there are real people, obviously, like we're here for you guys. And I always love the word like carrier partner. People say that. I truly believe that Auto Hauler Exchange believes in that. And that's why we've created this, just like Dana said. It's something we truly believe in. We're here for the carriers. And that feedback is huge. Like Frank stated, our developer team is outstanding. I don't know how they do it. Frank and I come to them 15 times a day with questions, and they just go. So anything and everything you guys have, let us know. I can't stress enough that we're here for you guys, and we want to, make you as successful as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll just kind of piggyback off everything they're saying. I mean, in the end, Dana said earlier, change is not easy. People look at it, they're going to question it, they're going to wonder how viable it is. I always use the term, though, I want to be Netflix and not Blockbuster. For those of you who are old enough to remember what Blockbuster was, Blockbuster had an opportunity to buy Netflix for like $50 million in past. So that didn't really work out for them in the end. But we're trying to create change, and the word disruptive and those words are coined in the tech world. We're not trying to necessarily be disruptive. We're trying to create a solution for a problem that's out there. And we all know there's a problem out there. And carriers are the last ones to be considered when tech is typically built. If you look at a lot of the tech opportunities that are out there, they're great tech. They're fantastic. They're very shipper-centric. They're very, very, the one who's paying the bill is the one they're building that product for. We're kind of looking at it from two lenses. And we started with the carrier lens first. And we're trying to solve a problem to maximize that capacity, to eliminate those empty miles, and to help carriers route their truck in the most efficient, transparent way possible. And then our second lens is on the shipper side. How can we help them efficiently drive VINs to people that are actually picking it up rather than a third party, right? So we want them to drive those VINs directly to that driver, to that carrier network. So it might seem weird, it might seem crazy, but it is simple and it is real and it's happening. Like we said, we launched in December and we're off and running. We're adding new shippers every single day. We're adding VINs every single day. And once again, that's not us adding them. That's our shippers logging in, putting the VINs into the system, marketing the VINs to carriers in the network. We have carriers organically signing up. I saw a question in the chat that do we have to wait a year to get in? No. If you're a carrier and you're a viable carrier with a DOT number and insurance and the right safety metrics, you just simply log in, sign up, you'll be in 5 minutes, and you'll have full visibility to any vehicles that are available within the exchange. Like I said, we are young, we're growing. So the more carriers that we can onboard, the more VIN opportunities that we're going to be able to market to carriers, because shippers want to go to opportunities where carriers live, right? So in the past, we know where those opportunities were. That's where they were living. Now we're a new opportunity. We're giving them a new option. We're giving them something different that is outside of the norm. And it's starting to resonate. It really is.
I'm going to take the final thought. I think I have the final thought, which is, I always take notes. And there's some transparency for you. Pricing, opportunities, rates, carrier access, change. The carrier is the customer. Technology, where the industry needs to go. And then there's pricing recommendations. And we talked about trade shows and, yes, transparency. And I just want to thank all of you, Auto Hauler Exchange. We have talked to you at many trade shows. You're very transparent, open with us, talking about problems, and you seem like you're really trying to solve a problems, because there are fundamental issues in auto transport and car shipping that need to be addressed. We can see the live chat is also asking hard questions, because there are hard questions to be asked, so that's great. As opposed to, yeah, that's right, I don't know how many times I booked a load, I'm on the phone, and I can't call the customer and let them know we're coming over. I'm the dispatcher, I work for a carrier, it's legit, but we can't call the customer. They have to call and run around. I'm like, what is this, man? So, it's like a magic show. Come on, Can we just do business? Can we just do business? If that's where we're at, and people are, there's a lot of frustration. So I appreciate you looking at ATI as a place to share information and try to just be real and share it and do business. Thank you, because I tell you what, I'm still confused, but I feel like I lost some likes while we were live. I don't even know if that's ever happened before. I'm double taking over here, but that means we're right alongside each other, just asking fundamental hard questions of an industry that just this is going to be tough. This could be a rocky road. So thank you so much for choosing ATI to be on this wild ride. We appreciate it very much.
Thank you both very much for having us. We're excited to be here and kind of show the ATI world what we're all about, and that we're ready to move forward to help change an industry.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's good.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
All right,
thanks everybody.
Thank you
See you
all
in
very
June.
much. We'll be in touch. We'll see you down the road.
Thank you.
We'll see you at NIADA. That's our next live show where we'll see all of you. All right, cool. Thank you very much.
All right,
have
bye-bye.
a good night. All right, I'm ending the meeting now. Good night. All right, see ya. All right, okay, that's it. Now, I don't think it's lost on anyone that we will. If I left the live chat open all night, we would continue to get, I think, some similar questions. And listen, man, we all have a blind spot. There are some things we just can't see. Yes, I'm not surprised. And you know, but here's the thing. I will assure you this. There are other places where you could definitely resist, and they might kick you out or you're not welcome. ATI is for everybody. So thank you for asking the questions. And if you can't see the blind spot, it's okay. Some things are really hard to see. It's just tough. But everybody's welcome here. Dispatchers, brokers, carriers, shippers, tech companies, dealers, OEMs, wedgies. Everybody's welcome on ATI. And it's going to stay that way. So thank you so very much for staying with us, asking questions, learning, trying. And you know what? And the truth, man, this is the really bad truth. There are so many upset shippers out there. I've talked to them. Man, I've had shippers randomly call me and say, oh my God, I saw one of your shows. I can't believe I had that exact problem, and it was a nightmare. I've been a dispatcher talking to shippers about nightmares. Man, the nightmares go on because this idea, and that's the thing is, if you can't see that this is no different than the old phone book, I have no idea how to help. I can't, that's a blind spot. I don't know, man. But I will tell you this, that when you're dealing with the phone book, it's a mad grab. You've got 20 people telling some poor soul whatever they want and calling and going crazy. I got a feeling that that's not what's going to happen on AHX. I'm just speculating. But regardless, listen, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. If you missed this show live, you're watching on demand, thank you so much for doing that. Please do join us Thursday on Dispatching Live. We've got Ship.Cars on Thursday on Dispatching Live. Man, you're not going to want to miss it. Jump in there and ask hard questions too. Just do it. Ship.Cars Thursday, Dispatching Live, noon, ATI. Friday, Cars on the Move, NIADA. National Independent Automotive Dealers Association is going to be on Friday talking about NIADA. Jump in the live chat and ask hard questions there. Just keep doing it. I love it. I appreciate it. It's so much fun. Wow, and I got a couple likes because I brought it up. That was my hope. And listen, man, not everybody's going to like it. Change is hard. Dana nailed it. That was it, man. Change is hard. I know. Hotshot Izzy. You know what's funny? Hotshot, speaking of change, I got an idea. I think that on one of the future shows, it's going to go the other direction again. Strange how that works. Okay, man, everybody. And next Tuesday night, I think NIADA is back next Tuesday night. We're leading up to NIADA. That's our next big trade show. And so NIADA has embraced ATI. Yeah, talk about change and upset. Oh my gosh. Psst, you're not going to believe all the folks in the dealer world that are like, wait a minute, what are you doing talking to Transportation and Logistics Channel? Yeah, ATI is catching on, dude. So we're going to be at NIADA. We're pumping NIADA, and you're going to learn more about NIADA on ATI Auto Business. And it's just going to keep growing, man. And that, you know why it's going to keep growing? Because we're just going to keep it real and organic. I can't control everything. Man, I mean, shoot. I'm just one guy sitting in front of a TV set and, there's like some kind of stream running or whatever. Listen, tune in for Dispatching Live. Let's have some fun at noon on Thursday. Thank you so much, everybody. Here comes the car hauler. I really, really appreciate all of you for sticking around and taking the time. I'll see you soon. Let us know how it can help. Send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. Peace out, everybody. Thank you so much.